Hello guys, welcome to my channel Lucid Fanfic, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. So be sure to stick around until the end, and let's get started. 12:23 p.m. Heights Alliance Class 3 AUA High School. Izuku Midoriya. He has been in conflict inside his mind for months now. He couldn't help but put himself down. He saw himself as a disappointment to All Might's Power 1 for all he's mentally beating himself up for it, always putting himself down for not being enough. He said he couldn't keep it anymore. First, he couldn't confess to Ochako Uraraka, and she got into a relationship with Katsuki Bakugo, his now redeemed best friend. Although at first he couldn't handle it, but as time goes by he grows into it, and saw them happy together, so in his mind, he should be happy for the two of them. It hurts at first, but that's a speck of pain from the self-loathing he's giving himself. He couldn't do it as only at 50% of one for all he couldn't control it well. Sometimes he becomes a liability to his friends, although they didn't comment much on it, but he's the one beating himself for it. He feels like he's not enough to carry a torch as bright as All Might's legacy. So in this dark early morning, Izuku packed his bags and left a shot glass of vital fluid for All Might. The notes were sorry for his classmates for being a bad hero and a big liability, while he left a note for All Might to read when he's gone from his school, where he doesn't belong, by his words. Self-doubt is a deadly disease. Note for All Might Sensei. Dear All Might, the man who saw worth in me, the man who I saw as a father I never had. I hope this letter finds itself in your hands. I am leaving UA. I don't see much worth in myself, unlike the way you see in me. I feel I'm being a liability to my classmates for not being good enough to be with them. Maybe they're just shy to tell it to me, but to me that's what I saw myself as, someone who's unreliable to do something. So All Might, I hope you can forgive me for running away. I'm weak-willed. I'm scared that I'd be worthless before I could have the chance to show myself. All the villain attacks, all the fights with villains, it made me realize how worthless I am. I left a shot glass of my vital fluid. Please consume some of it. I will transfer one for all back to you. Please drink my vital fluid within 2 days. Your successor. Time skip. Toshinori Yagi, also known as All Might, has read through the letter, grasping his heart from the words spoken in his message. He couldn't help but cry for his successor. He's a man of hope and peace. He was wondering why his own successor couldn't see hope in himself. He didn't know of the boy's mental instability, since he always saw Izuku Midoriya as the type of person to always smile no matter the cost. That's why I choose the boy as his successor, but he couldn't put his mind at the fact that the boy wanted to give up. Young Midoriya, why do you out yourself down like this? Why can't you see the potential in yourself? You are the greatest young man. Too perfect to be my successor, so why would you give up like this? Toshinori Yagi, as strong as he was in his prime, couldn't help but let his knee hit the ground. Why, young Midoriya, I am proud of you. The accomplishment you did, so why would you give up? With his frail fist, he punched the hard concrete, not caring that his hand started to bleed. Why would you give up on yourself, young Midoriya? He's sobbing. The man known as the strongest cried for losing his successor and son figure. I didn't know. I'm sorry, young Midoriya. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how unstable you have become, how you wanted to die. Please drink my vital fluid within 2 days. All Might realized that sentence a few minutes ago. He knew what Midoriya is planning to do. Ever since his mother died while he was a second year in UA, Midoriya has become someone even All Might couldn't read. Sure, Izuku was smiling on the outside, and All Might was happy that Izuku didn't beat himself up for losing his mother. But All Might isn't omniscient. He doesn't have an idea of how broken Izuku was inside, hidden by his mask. I'm sorry, I really don't have any idea of your mental health, young Midoriya. If I had known, I would have sent you to Hound Dog regularly, so you could be better. I'm really sorry. All Might grasped the cold, hard concrete floor, pain evident on his expression. I'm sorry, Inko-san. I couldn't help, young Midoriya. And him know. It's not too late yet. I have to find my boy. A profound determination lit up in All Might's eyes. I have to find young Midoriya and reassure him that he's my successor and nothing can change that. All Might stood back up. With the embers of determination inside him grew into an inferno of longing for his successor. He picked up his phone and dialed a number. Hello, Takachi. Yes, it's me, All Might. I need some help. As the other side spoke, All Might wait and speak about his problem to his trusted police friend. I need help with finding Izuku Midoriya. He suddenly left UA out of nowhere. Please find him before the 2 days mark. This is urgent. That boy is mentally unstable. He needs help as soon as possible. All Might slumped his back on the door frame, resting himself from all this stress. Thank you. You don't know how thankful I am, Tsukauchi. Thank you. He dropped the call and breathed heavily from this tension, his feeling deep within himself. All Might is shaking from imagining what if the boy really did it. What if Midoriya really did go with his plans of ending his own life? Please be safe, young Midoriya, as he looked at the table, where a little glass cup rested. It's filled with Izuku's vital fluid. Hopefully I don't need to drink that. Please come home, young Midoriya. Scene change. Isle of Berk. A world far different than where Izuku is. This world is far too back in time than Izuku's timeline. It's the era of Vikings and dragons. At the Hofferson hut, Astrid Hofferson. She's a young woman in her early 20s years of life. Blonde hair, ocean blue, eye as beautiful as the seas that surrounds Berk. She's also a dragon rider, with a dragon partner named Stormfly. Although Astrid looks tough outside, she's really a soft and kind-hearted person for a couple of people, particularly her boyfriend and partner Hiccup, the Dragon Master, partner of the infamous Night Fury Toothless. She's in a relationship with him for years now. Both were loyal with each other, supporting them when times get tough. She's Hiccup's sword and axe. While he's the brains of their relationship, these two are inseparable. But what can love do against fate? One day, she and Stormfly were flying around some islands near New Berk since there's been a spotting of dragon hunters, as the report last stated. She had gone to these islands without the notice of Hiccup. They both landed. Both were vigilant of the surrounding and ready to retaliate if anything goes south. She has her axe ready in case of an attack. Scout states that some dragon hunters were located in some cave in an unnamed, so she decided to go for a cave. A long vigilant walk until they both found a cave. The dragon growled at the sight of the cave, as the dragon recognized something she didn't. Hush, calm down, girl. We might get caught, shhhh. She hushed her dragon companion. She then got the courage to approach the entrance of the cave. Meanwhile, she looks back. Come on, girl, follow me. She gestured for her dragon to follow her. But much to her surprise, her dragon didn't follow. What's happening with Stormfly? Why is she afraid of this cave? She was confused at first, but she didn't mind and continued with slowly crouching towards the cave's entrance. There's no light. Wait, good thing I borrowed Hiccup's sword. Since there's no light, she knew no people are in there, but she needs some proof that dragon hunters really did have gone here. So lighting the flaming sword, and illuminated the cave's entrance and a good part of it. Are those pillars? She approached the pillars and illuminated them using the flaming sword. What are these symbols? She tried wording it, but she's not familiar with these symbols. It's not Norse, not Dragonese, either the language Hiccup used with communicating with other dragons. So what's this? Stone tablets and pillars with some runes. Her fingers touched the stone pillars, dusting off some thick dust covering it. It's a mess. Who would even create these and what for? She asked to no one while tracing the symbols with her finger. Then, it happened. The pillars glowed yellow. What's happening? She exclaimed in surprise, and took her fingers off the pillars. It's glowing. She wanted to run, and she did. She run fast, but an invisible wall stopped her from exiting the vicinity of the four pillars. She's stuck in between them. What's happening? I'm stuck in here. What's this almost invisible yellow wall? She tried punching it, using her axe, but the thing wouldn't budge. It won't bud. My fingers. Looking at her fingers, her gaze focused on her fingers, slowly turning into nothing but particles. What's this? No. What kind of witchcraft is this? I need to get out of her. Stormfly, help. She shouts for her dragon, but no avail. Her behind hits the cold ground. As she saw it, my legs, dread filled her very soul, looking at her crumbling legs turning into yellow particles. I can't do anything but wait for me to turn into nothing. She gritted her teeth. She crawled into the invisible wall, trying her best to claw her way out. It's no use. I'm gonna die in here. She rested, sitting there while tears began to drip from her eyes. She looked so devastated at the realization. I'm really gonna die. Limb by limb, her body slowly turns into particles. I'm sorry, Mom. Dad, Hiccup, as the last tears fell from her eyes and her entire body becomes particles, leaving her clothes behind, and the sword Hiccup lent to her. A brighter glow illuminated on the floor. It's yellow with a huge rune symbol. The particles that was once Astrid began to swirl into a whirlpool of energy particles as the pillars shimmered with ethereal light. as the yellow particles collapse on itself, and the pillars lost their light. What's more confusing is the pillars began to crumble down. It all subsides, as minutes later Stormfly went inside and saw no one. There's no Astrid, no one was left in there. Her dragon looks at the clothes Astrid wore, and the sword Hiccup lent to her. The dragon with a solemn look on its face took the sword and Astrid's clothes in its mouth. Stormfly flew back home to Berk, and went straight to Hiccup. "She's gone," Dragon Master Stormfly spoke in Dragonese to Hiccup, while Stormfly dropped the clothes Astrid wore and the sword. What? What do you mean she's gone, Stormfly? Did some dragon hunters found her, or what? Hiccup asked, also speaking in Dragonese. I mean, she's gone dead. It happened suddenly when we were at that island. She insisted on going inside that cave. Stormfly explained. Then what happened? What happened to her after that? Hiccup shouted at the poor dragon whom also lost her rider. I didn't go inside with her, I felt something inside there. She didn't recognize my signals to her to not go in. And after a few minutes that weird energy was gone and I went there, only to find some broken pillars and her clothes and your sword. That's all what's left when I got there. The dragon sobbed. Hiccup knew when dragons are in pain, and this moment is one of it. He scratched Stormfly's lower neck, calming the poor dragon down. Astrid Hiccup looks at the sky. Tears were freely flowing down her eyes. His heartstrings were tearing themselves apart, as sadness of losing someone he loves was unbearable. His legs gave out, as he sobbed on the dragon. Why her, he pleaded. How will Hiccup move from her death? How will he cope with losing Astrid? Well, that's not our story. But know this, someone will appear in his life that will thaw his frozen heart. Read Omphalos, Hiccup x Elsa. Scene change. Back to Izuku Midoriya. He's currently lost. He pushed his legs to go forward, to get away from UA and heroes as far as possible. He has been using One for All for almost an hour now, using float to go island to island, making sure he's far from heroes. Until he finds an island where there's no people, no lights, no buildings, just nature basked in the moonlight of the night. He rested on a tree for a good hour for the aching muscles in his arms and fingers for using too much of float and One for All. Yes, he only has float and Black Whip unlocked. When it started to rain, Izuku found shelter on a cave. It was dark, but he brought flashlights and batteries, along with 2 weeks' worth of food, then some survival tools like waterproof lighter and matches, and a crossbow, a gift from Yaoyorozu on his birthday last year. He then tread the cave with flashlight lighting the dark place. He saw 4 pillars, and a circle in between them. Seeing nothing more comfy than pillars, he brought out his sleeping bag, a gift from Aizawa-sensei. He rested his bag on the corner of the cave, and he prepared his sleeping bag for him to sleep later. I should eat before I sleep. I'll cook first. He prepared his handy foldable stainless fireplace. It was the size of A4 bond paper, but it works, I guess. So he took some woods that's littering around the cave and lit it up. I guess that's done, ish. He was cut off by the pillars shimmering a yellow glow. What's that? Someone's quirk? He asked, as all 4 pillars suddenly lets out yellow particles that combined in the circle in between the pillars. He could see it. Is that no way? What kind of quirk is that? He was amazed at first, seeing a figure being formed by the yellow particles. It's forming into a person. It must be a warping quirk, he said, while the figure finally formed as the light explodes. Ah, my eyes. Izuku covered his eyes from the bright light. It took him a couple of minutes to regain his vision, and when he do, he looks at the circle like altar and saw something. Is that a person? He crawled to it, and saw she's naked. No, not the time to think about that kind of things now. He covered his eyes. He's so flustered that his face was blushing so hard. Izuku saw the pillars crumbling down. He didn't second guess and hugged the unconscious woman. No. As the pillars falls on them, Izuku instinctively used One for All as dust covered the place when it fell down. Is it fate or something more? Something superficial that needed to happen as 2 paths crossed. One is an unconfident hero, and the other is a proud Viking. Izuku protected the girl. He used several black whips to cover themselves in a protective cocoon made of green and pitch black whips. Breathing heavy, few that almost took us out. What even happened just now? Using the whips, he took the rocks away and putting them on the side while he carried the girl bridal style. Why is she naked? What happened to her? He rested the unconscious girl on his sleeping bag. This will do for now. Taking off his own jacket and putting it on her, looking away while doing it. There, She should be Auric. The moment he puts his hand on her neck to check her body heat, he realized it. She's burning up. I need my towel. And something cold. Right then and there he got an idea. He stood up and backed outside, with towel on hand. Izuku having the idea of soaking the towel with cold rain water. After that he went back inside and opened the jacket, revealing her naked figure again. He's trying his best not to look while soaking her body in cold rain water through the towel. He does this for 5 minutes until he's sure that somehow her heat has gone down. Thank God she's alright. I swear she's too hot back there, he said while having his mini solar-charged fan focused on her. She'll need the comfort more than me. Just sleep tight, maybe tomorrow your heat will go away. He summed it up to her having a cold, so he stayed there sacrificing his own comfort just for her to be okay. Izuku's a hero after all. His priority is the people that need saving first. I'll stay here beside you, Izuku said while looking at the cave's ceiling, a bunch of sharp rocks at the top, as he glanced at the sleeping visage of the woman. I still don't know what happened to you, but maybe tomorrow I'll have answers to my questions, he said before he too was welcomed by the warming embrace of sleep. Time skip. Morning, island near the coast of Japan. Izuku woke up to someone shaking him, and opening his eyes he saw the girl alive and well. Then he glanced at where her hand was. She currently has him in a tight spot. She has Izuku's butterfly knife on Izuku's own neck. Who are you? Where is this place? She shouts. While Izuku calmed himself, he knows if he panicked he'd see God the next moment. He puts both his hands up as if surrendering. I'm Izuku Midoriya, and this is Japan. What happened to you? Why are you confused? And please put that knife away, he said while seeing that confused face she has. Then she asked the most confusing question ever for Izuku. What's Japan? She asked as Izuku's eyes widened in shock. Are you a lost foreigner or something? He questioned. What's a foreigner? Okay, that's it. It raised so many flags in Izuku's mind. He knows this lady right here isn't just messing with him. Her confusion sounds so authentic. Oh, in the name of Thor. Where am I? The blade inches closer to Izuku's neck more. Wait, I have no idea. Just the fact that we're in Japan, and that's all. I don't know why you're confused by some words. He profusely shakes his hands. He's not used to this kind of stuff. Growl. Growl. Izuku's eyes trailed at her belly. Then even her, she looks at her belly, and Izuku chuckles. Ha ha ha. Someone's hungry. Come on, get off me, I'll prepare food. She was hesitant on letting Izuku go, but he didn't ask her, he just stated what he wants to do. Then by using Black Whip, he took her off by himself. What are those? It's coming out of your hands. She waves the knives around. Get away from me. What kind of witchcraft is that? Now it's Izuku's time to be confused. Witchcraft? Ha ha ha. What are you, some ancient human girl who found herself in the future? No, this isn't witchcraft, it's my quirk. Well, quirks. She was still on guard, judging what Izuku's saying. Stop that, I don't bite. If I wanted to kill you, you would have already be dead. I saved you last night. You have a bad fever. Your body was heating up so much that you needed some cold comfort. So I let you keep my ice jacket and that sleeping bag with features of warm and cold depending which switch you pressed. Her mouth wide open, confused at what Izuku was saying. The what and cold what now? I'm lost, letting the knife go, while Izuku approached her. You look lost though, I guess that's one. Where do you even live? Izuku asked, while scouting her movements of if she moves again to attack him. Burke, I live in Burke. She answered. Name? He asked. Astrid Hofferson. Izuku paused while soaking all the information. I see, Astrid, I don't know what your game is, but Burke doesn't exist, and you not having ideas about what a foreigner and quirks are is suggesting that you lost your memories, Izuku stated while looking at her. No, you're wrong. I didn't lost my memories. I can clearly remember everything from when I got into a cave. Then this pillars glowed, and I turned into light, something like fireflies. Izuku pondered on her words, analyzing every single detail. By like fireflies you mean particles, cause that's how you appeared to me. She nodded. She doesn't have an idea what particles are, but she still nodded. Give me a moment. By taking a sit on the cold, hard ground, Izuku cupped his chin, thinking about some possibilities about her predicament. So whatever happened to you? I got an idea. You must transported here or something, and that lost look you're giving is just too genuine to be fake. Believe I know when people are lying. I learned from the best at reading people like an open book. His gaze fixed on her rather delicate figure, but eyes of a warrior who knew of nothing but battle. Just sit there. I'll prepare food, then we could discuss this over breakfast. Walking towards his cooking utensils, some of it are baking since Sato gave him this set on his 18th birthday. Oh, and keep that knife if you feel threatened. I'll preparing food for the both of us," he flatly said, while she eyed him. Astrid couldn't get her gaze off the mysterious person who saved her, and is now preparing breakfast for the two of them. After 30 minutes of waiting, Izuku took a foldable mini table and puts it near Astrid. "Come on, sit. The food is ready." Astrid slowly gets closer to him and sat on the ground exactly face to face with Izuku, the mini table between them. "What is this small thing? It resembles tables in Burke." Amazing, her hands caressed the table, somehow amazed by the design and the foldable gimmick it did. "You really are not of this time. So Astrid Hofferson, from what era are you?" His eyes fixed on hers, as the two both locked eyes. "An era of dragons, where a tribe of Vikings coexist with dragons in their day-to-day life," she informed while looking at the hot, freshly cooked food that Izuku rested in the small table. Izuku, meanwhile, was reading her lips, gazing at her eyes, then her body language, trying to decipher if she's lying or not. "I guess you aren't lying to me. Honestly, a time of dragons and Vikings sounds kind of fantasy if you ask me. But the genuine reaction you have and how your body acts, something's telling me you aren't lying. You're telling the truth," he said. "You can read people's mind?" she asked, mind boggled at the possibility. "Not exactly. I can read people through their actions, their lips, their body language, and through their eyes. I know a liar when I see one. And Astrid, you aren't one. I can see it all. I can see through you. You're lost. You have no one here, and you're missing someone." His eyes landed on hers. "Those eyes reveal more than just someone lost. Your eyes reminded me of myself, self-doubt, lost, no one to cling on, and longing for someone." Izuku sighed. He's already feeling the darkness inside his soul eating away pieces of him little by little. How she grabbed him by the collar and dragged him closer to her own face. "How do you know so much about me? Are you the one who brought me here?" she yelled at him, breathing heavily as the stress of being sent here and losing everyone there in Burke takes a toll on her. "If you want someone to blame," Izuku took the knife, put it on her hand, and made her clench it as he brought the knife close to his own neck, using her hands. "If you want to, you can blame me. I had enough of it all. I'm tired of being useless and being the good-for-nothing successor of someone great." Astrid recoils back at what he said. She saw his eyes there, so dead that even the abyss would be jealous at their lifeless, dark, and empty state. "Go on, finish it." In my misery, Izuku's cracked. He couldn't keep up the mask he puts on when talking to her. He's so done. He wanted all his pain to end. He has no reason to live. No mother to home to. No mother to cook him good and hot cat sit on. No girlfriend to comfort him, to make him feel love and belong. No friends, not anymore. He bottled it up inside him. But he hated how Uraraka chose Bakugo over him. His former tormentor over him, the one person who loved her ever since the very beginning of their year at UA. No, she threw the knife away. He saw him for the person he truly is, a broken man with nothing left to live for. "I won't do it." Her mind and body couldn't resist seeing this man broke down in front of her. Her hands moved, her body leaped forward. She gave what Izuku needed all this time, something that brings light in the abyss within his soul. They both fell to the ground. Izuku's eyes let out tears he had been holding back for so long. She hugged him, not a lover hugging her partner, but someone who saw a person so broken, so by instinct she gave him what he needed. A hug, with comfort to tell him that he's still needed, that he's still important. "Thank you" is all he could say. This warmth of comfort, he needed this. Night, in the unnamed island near the Japanese coast. Thanks to Astrid, Izuku somehow gained some light in his eyes to the point that he didn't need to put on his mask to hide how he feels. "Again, thank you for what you did back there. I really needed that," Izuku said solemnly, while looking at Astrid, who was on the bonfire grilling a piece of boar thigh. "It's nothing really. You saved me, I saved you. We're even," Astrid spoke, while Izuku made his way to the bonfire sitting near her. "Nothing, huh? You have no idea how much I needed that." He chuckled lightly. To her surprise, she saw him curl his lips into a smile. "Yeah, you really needed that, huh?" She was entranced seeing that little smile. She doesn't have a single idea how that depressed man even knows what a smile is. "By the way, why are you here in this cave? I never asked you that. Makes me curious what your story is." As she asked his story, Izuku solemnly looks at the fire. "I was a hero in training back in UA, where the best of heroes are nurtured. But me, I was nothing. I couldn't even control the gift I was given." He paused, preparing for the right words. I'm useless. His face, his tone, the pain in those words while he said it. It reminded him someone she knew too well. Looking at Izuku, Astrid was reminded of young Hiccup, where he was outcast by his peers for being useless, for being the only Viking to not kill a dragon, for being a fishbone. You're not useless. In fact, I knew someone who thought the same. The way he worked hard to be himself, to not ride the tide but go through the currents. She walked and sat beside him. You just need to believe in yourself. Everyone has purpose, so ask yourself. Her pointer finger landed on Izuku's chest. Deep inside you. Ask yourself, what's your purpose? She said. Those words hit Izuku like a truck. I know my purpose: to save people, to be a light they could look up to. Hearing that, she smiled. You wanted to save people? That's great and all, but her hand rested on his chest. If you really wanted to save people. He looks up at her, locking eyes with the blonde girl who touched his very soul. Shouldn't you save yourself first? She patted his chest and stood up, leaving Izuku contemplating on Astrid's statement. Shouldn't you save yourself first? He doesn't know why, but those words resonate with him. The self-doubt, the lack of confidence, and self-wallowing he does was slowly crumbling away. All he needed was a push, a great purpose. Come on, let's eat. A good Viking needs a filled stomach. We need the energy to hunt boars tomorrow. She urged him as Izuku walked next to her, taking a piece of meat from the huge bowl. Shouldn't you save yourself first? It still echoes inside his head. Again, with that little embers of hope and joy inside him, the disease of darkness growing inside him was calmed down. He couldn't help but let his lips curl up into a genuine smile. There we go. Now you look alive. Come on, eat more. She urged him. Then he took the sauce from one of the pouches in his bag. This tastes bland. Maybe a good seasoning and sauce should do the trick. He brought out sauce packets and opened one. What's that? Astrid asked, confused what those shinny-looking packets are. It's sauce. Here, let me. He then puts a good portion on her boar thigh. Go try it. Astrid do as told and took a bite. The flavor, the aroma, it's amazing. I didn't know little packets like that give flavor to meat. Astrid was surprised at the sudden flavor that defiled her mouth. It was mouth-watering. It goes well with meat. This is amazing, honestly. She exclaimed while Izuku was looking at her. His eyes couldn't stop but admire her beauty. How happy she was to taste flavor like that. You really are from another world or time. He snickered while he was jabbed by Astrid on the arm. Hey, they're all alone in this island. Their dynamic grows, and their somewhat casual friendship blossoms. Scene change. Principal office, UA grounds, Japan. All Might sat on a chair, Aizawa on the other while they were discussing with Nizu. I know, All Might. I know we need to find the problem child before that 2-day mark hits. We only have a day at most right now, Aizawa stated, looking more sleep-deprived than he already was. All Might couldn't help but slam his frail fist down the table. It's all my fault. I didn't see through young Midoriya's pain. He's broken, alone, and I didn't do a thing about it. How could I call myself his mentor? The symbol of peace reduced to a mentor longing for his successor's return. I promised his deceased mother that I would guide that young man into a great future, into a great hero. His hands were shaking. It's gonna be all right. We'll find him by sunrise tomorrow. If we don't, we failed as his teachers. Aizawa pats All Might's back. They both share the same burden of finding Izuku. Scene change. Coffee shop near UA. Aoyama Yuga was shaking. So you did it? Aoyama nodded at the masked figure, while Aoyama was shaking in fear. Yes, I got him the letter that contained the quirk. The person smiled through his mask. Good with that quirk, Abyss Mental Code. It destroys the user by self-loathe, lack of self-confidence. It's a double-edged sword. If he did recover, then no, that's not a possibility for us. Even me couldn't beat him if he awakened that quirk. The person spoke, while Aoyama, fearing for his life, just nodded. Abyss Mental Code. The original user became a husk of her former self. It destroys the user from the inside through their negative emotions. But this quirk is a double-edged sword. When awakened, this quirk lets the user have full control over darkness itself, as shown by the former user before she died from the unbearable power of her quirk awakening. She got to use the awakened quirk for only 5 minutes before its power turned her into a cold corpse. That's where All for One took her quirk and hid it in the depths of his mind. Provide me more information, Aoyama Yuga, or your parents' lives are, let's say, nulled. He threatened the poor shaking boy. I will. Please don't hurt my mama and Papa. Aoyama pleaded. The mysterious person nodded. I need some information about Izuku Midoriya's whereabouts. I still have to take from his cold corpse. As Aoyama nodded profusely. Scene change. Unnamed island near Japanese coast, Izuku and Astrid's cave. For hours, the two bonded talking about how their lives went. Both revealed information about themselves. Izuku learned that Astrid was a Viking, a dragon rider, and the girlfriend of the soon-to-be chief of Berk. He couldn't put his mind to it, but somehow within the depths of himself hearing that Astrid was already taken, somehow made him feel something. Not as bad as when Uraraka chose Bakugo over him. But it's still there, the same very emotion when that happened. Jealousy for a girl he met just a day in this cave. But that one day they bonded far stronger than when Uraraka and him became friends. Astrid learned of Izuku's past, how he was quirkless at first and was outcast because of it, and got bullied, but the frail boy was given a chance by his hero, All Might. She got to know how Izuku suffered lack of confidence on why he was beating himself up for his potential, for the fact that he never got chosen by the woman he liked, by how Izuku mentioned Uraraka, this bubbly girl that became his friend. She couldn't put her hands on it, but somehow she's a little conflicted. She loves Hiccup, but the fact that she may not go home, and how Izuku welcomed her and took care of her when she arrived. To her, Izuku could have just left her there to die, but he didn't. She knows inside her. She felt a bit of intense attraction for Izuku. It's not like how she feels for Hiccup, the love she has for Hiccup, but the attraction for Izuku. It's there, and by the passing days, it's growing. You really are something, Astrid. I wish I was half as good as you. Izuku sent an admiring look her way, and she jabbed his left side. Flattering me won't get you anywhere, hero, she playfully said, while Izuku grasped his side. Feeling a bit of pain, but not bad enough, he only groaned in pain, silently. Astrid knows it. She's starting to feel attracted to Izuku, and Izuku, ever the dense dumbass, doesn't see it. It's their bond. Their connection, both knew it's there, and it's ever growing, and they have no way of stopping it. Time skip. 1 week after Izuku's disappearance, he was proclaimed dead. Ever since All Might felt that the embers he had lost connection to one for all itself. Some people mourned his death, his Aunt Mitsuki, and Uncle Masaru, Bakugo's parents, who saw Izuku as their own child ever since Inko's death. People who take it worse was his own classmates. I didn't saw Midoriya's pain. He took his life because I wasn't there to be a good friend he could lean on. Kirishima was grasping his head. He couldn't believe his friend already died. Everyone in the classroom felt the same way. Me too. If Izuku-kun really felt that way and I saw through it, I would have sponsored for his therapy. The least I could do as his friend Momo Yaoyorozu, the closest friend he has, even closer than Bakugo. They spent 3 years as training partners, and the class mom and class dad of their classmates. If only I knew I'm such a bad friend, she solemnly spoke her thoughts. She felt a hand on her back. Hyokajiru was patting her back to calm her down. Both look at Izuku's desk. Flowers were there along with his picture framed in black. I hope he's in a better place, both said, praying for their mutual friend. 11 p.m. Astrid was enjoying the view of the starry sky. Her heart longed to graze the clouds again. I wish I had Stormfly with me. She'd love this starry sky, she said while her hands reached for the sky. Unfortunately for her, that's one thing she couldn't do now that she didn't have Stormfly with her. You seem lonely, enjoying the moonlight night sky filled with stars. Izuku, who was leaning on the cave entrance, asked her. Yeah, I really do miss my dragon. And flying in the sky, it's our hobby except for killing dragon hunters, but that's beside the point, she replied. Izuku saw that look on her face. Care to dance with me in the sky? He asked. Then her gaze shot towards him. You can do th. She didn't have the chance to finish her words. Izuku's speed blitzed behind her and took her by the waist, and shot off. Using float and air cannon, he propelled himself and her towards the sky. Ah, what are you doing? We're in the sky. Wait, we're in the sky. She was mesmerized by the view, the clouds, the beauty of the sky, and it was breathtaking. It's beautiful, far more beautiful than the sky we are used to. This is amazing. You really could fly. She's firmly grasping Izuku's arm, not wanting to let go or else she'll fall. Think fast. Izuku, being the sky fox, said as their eyes met. What do you mean? Izuku let her go as she's falling down, her hair getting assaulted by the wind. You muttonhead. They'll kill you for this, she yelled while falling. Huh? Can't hear you. Want to repeat that? Izuku teasingly replied. I will kill you. She replied back, her voice becoming a distant echo. Just kidding, Izuku said before using air cannon and propelled himself towards her. He blitzed to her and hugged her tightly. She did the same while breathing heavily. Don't ever do that to me again. She huffed between words. Izuku slowly untightened the hug, and she felt that. No, please don't let me go. Don't, she begged. Haha. Sorry. It was too good to pass up. I'm sorry. He tightened his hold on Astrid. Don't worry, I'd never let you go. He said, never. He whispered, and he started to descend it again, up towards the sky. As they pass up the sky, and even beyond the clouds. Look, it's beautiful, isn't it? He said, while Astrid still shakes from that situation earlier. Hey, I'm sorry I did that. But look, it's beautiful. I don't want you to miss this view. He whispered as Astrid slowly opened her eyes. It's amazing, the clouds, and the sparkling dust in the sky. Stars, was it? She saw Izuku nodding at her question. Yeah, and one of it is you. You shine the brightest amongst all these stars. A little tinge of blush creeps on her face. Izuku really knew his way with words. Thank you for bringing me here. It feels like I'm home again, so thank you. Really, thank you. She rested her head on Izuku's shoulder. Thank you at that. Izuku smiled. He knew at this moment he made his friend happy. They slowly descended down, back to their home, their cave. He puts Astrid down. She was disoriented for a couple of seconds, but the moment she regained her bearings. Astrid punched Izuku's shoulder. Ouch. Stop that. It tickles, you know. She gained a deadpan expression at what Izuku just said and remembered something. I sometimes forget how durable you are. She said with half-closed eyes. Being thrown around my all might through buildings could do that to you. Izuku said, dreading the flashback he just had. All Might punching him through buildings while they were sparring. You got what now? You got thrown into those things you called buildings? How are you still alive? Astrid's mouth was wide open. I don't know, if maybe death just likes to dance with me. He got punched in the shoulder again by Astrid. You really are a muttonhead. She sighed while pinching the bridge of her nose. But for a moment when she opened her eyes, she saw Izuku grasping his heart. Hey, what's happening to you? She asked, worried about him. No, it's fine, don't worry about me. It'll be fine. Izuku said, waving his pain off as if it was nothing, but his wasn't. Just nothing. Astrid saw the appearance of his arm. It was covered in this pitch-black shadowy substance, and some highlights of glowing purple all over his arms. No, that's not just fine. There's something going on with your arms. Why did you hide this from me? She got to Izuku. He was wobbling, so she gave herself as support for him to lean on. I'm fine, Jira, no. Don't worry about me, you'll be fine. Her hold on Izuku tightened. She bit her lip to calm herself down. You're not fine. Stop hiding it. I know full well you're not fine. She helped Izuku sitting on the ground. Astrid cheeks every part of him, just to make sure this shadowy thing wasn't growing, and she saw his legs. It was the same. His whole legs was covered by the shame shadows. No, please, you're being consumed by that thing. No, please don't take him from me, she begged the shadowy substance. Her hold on Izuku didn't stay a hold, but a hug. She hugged Izuku. Don't take him, I have no one here. Just him, please don't take him from me. Hearing what she said, Izuku couldn't help but let his tears out, as both their eyes locked with one another. Don't leave me, Izuku, gritting his teeth, was fighting back with whatever this is that's consuming him. Please, Astrid begged. She doesn't want to let go of Izuku. Astrid, promise me one thing, I will give you something. If I die fighting whatever this thing is, I want you to find someone named All Might. You know him, I told my story with you. He cupped Astrid's cheeks. No, I won't accept it, just stay. You won't die, just stay with me. I only have you left, someone who I consider a friend, someone I love. She covered her mouth, and she saw the smiling face of Izuku. I wish I had more time with you, I wish I could explore what I feel towards you. Astrid, his voice was shaking. It takes all of him just to fight whatever this thing is. I'm sorry. He bit his lip, causing vital fluid to drop down, and he kissed Astrid, not one of lust, but of desperation that lasted for 10 seconds as their lips parted away. I'm sorry is all he said before he threw Astrid away, towards the cave entrance. No. The scream of Astrid echoed through the cave as she was forced out of the cave. I'm really sorry, from the entrance. Astrid's eyes locked with Izuku's own emerald eyes. Goodbye, Astrid, as he used one for all and punched at the top of the cave entrance, causing huge rocks to cover the entrance. I can't control it anymore. God damn it. It hurts. He screamed. The pain was unbearable. It's like his body was being eaten while he felt every single fiber of his muscles and flesh was being devoured by this shadowy thing. I need to fight this. The process isn't finished yet. I need to live for a couple of minutes. So One for All could transfer to Astrid before I die. Izuku clenched his fist. I won't die easily. Arcs of green lighting surrounds his body as he's mentally fighting a battle of resistance and corruption. In Izuku's mind, he stood against a giant humanoid figure. The only thing he could see was the purple glowing eyes staring back at him. Behind him were the past wielder of One for All. Kid, what's that thing, and why did you forcefully transfer One for All to that girl? Daigoro Banjo asked him. Whatever that thing is, it's no good. I got chills just by looking at it. Nana Shimura the 7th added. 9th, we'll fight with you. Come on, ready yourself. 9th, Yoichi the 1st, said to him while putting his hand on Izuku's left shoulder. No, this isn't a fight we could win. Please just go with her. Go with Astrid or we'll all die here. We'll lose this fight. I know it. At least if you go with her, One for All's journey won't end with me. Izuku with tears in his eyes pleaded. Please first. Just please listen to me. The first user took a step back, still processing what Izuku said. Kid, are you suicidal? You can't take that thing alone. Banjo retorted. I know I can't. But what importance does a Deku like me hold? It's better if One for All is with her. She'll carry that torch better than me. Izuku screamed. Please. I'm being you all, as the 9th wielder, am begging you, just go with her. I don't think I can keep this up, please. Their heartstrings were strung by Izuku's words. If it's your wish, I'll honor it. 9th the 1st said, while patting Izuku's back. First, are you Sare? Nana saw the look on Yoichi's face. He didn't look like he wanted this. But please, 7th, let's honor the boy's wish. The 1st, Yoichi started to crumble away, as does the other wielders followed with him. Nana was left with Izuku. Izuku Midoriya, if you fight that thing, search your heart. Think of someone important to you. Think of those persons and get it your all. Fight with everything you got. As Nana followed with them, she too crumbled down and disappeared from the vestige world. Looks like it's just you and me. Izuku approached the figure. He gains closer and closer to it. But the eyes didn't react until he passed through it. For a moment, Izuku was blinded by darkness, but when he regained sight, he didn't saw anything but white void and a single speck of something black in the distance. What's that? It looks out of place from all these white void. Each step he took closer to that speck, a memory replays in his mind. Think of some important to you. It's the memory of what Nana said to him. Hey, are you gonna eat or what? It's when Astrid invited him to have breakfast because she hunted a boar and cooked it. Thank for saving me. A memory of Astrid thanking him for saving her. I really feel drawn to you, you know. It's his own memory of when he lightly touched the cheeks of a sleeping Astrid, confessing how he felt so attracted to her. Please don't let go. Don't ever let me go. A memory of Astrid pleading for him to not let go while they were up in the sky. If you really wanted to save people, why can't you save yourself first? It was the first motivation he received from Astrid. Then, Izuku saw that dark thing from his view. It looks like a heart. He reached for it. With one final step. Don't leave me. A memory of Astrid, pleading for him to not leave her. It happened just moments ago, before he forcefully threw her away and sealed the cave entrance. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. It replayed for him. Her voice strengthens him as he reached for the heart. Izuku took it, as memories flashed before his eyes. Before he uttered what he just took. The black heart. So, this was the end of part 1 of this series. Stay tuned for next part of this series, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.